We spend a lot of time on this channel ripping on religion, for good reason, but there are a lot of things that churches actually do really well, and we could learn a lesson from that. Church pastors tell great stories. I can't stress this enough. I have been to so many churches, honestly, I've been to so many churches, and I've seen a lot of really great pastors, and they know how to keep you awake during a sermon. They know how to use the perfect analogy to really hammer home the message they want to send. They know how to get people really interested and actively involved in what they're saying. As a teacher, I'm kind of jealous. I wish I had that power every day with my students, but the great pastors know how to do that really well. Those pastors know how to inject humor into their sermons as well. And I honestly don't see this very much in the atheist world. We're just not trained to be public speakers as a whole. I've seen a lot of people talk about, they can give me a list of reasons God doesn't exist, but I don't think atheists as a whole anyway, there are exceptions to this, I don't think atheists as a whole realize the power of a deconversion story. A lot of people, if you read the New Atheist books, for a lot of people, they're so robotic. They're just like, okay, God doesn't exist for this reason and that. But Ayaan Hirsi Ali's story of how she left Islam, that's a really powerful story. That could compel people to leave religion in a way that, the best arguments from, Christopher Hitchens and Richard Dawkins could never do. This happens on YouTube all the time. I will see a lot of other YouTube atheists rant about anything and everything, and it honestly just does nothing for me. I don't learn anything from it. But when I hear someone telling a story, I'm really compelled to listen because now I know why this matters. The funny thing is we see this principle all around us all the time. If you look at some of the best-selling books in the past several years, Malcolm Gladwell, all those Freakonomic books, they're all about getting a message across, but through a whole bunch of really interesting stories, and they're really good at it. And even companies do the same thing. How many people love Apple products because they love the story of Steve Jobs and everything he stands for? And by the way, unlike pastors, we don't have to make our stories up. Reality is interesting enough. And by the way, Carl Sagan knew how to tell a story. Neil deGrasse Tyson knows how to tell a story. Every time they talked or they talk now, people listen because they have that power to really get a message across and they know exactly how to get it to stick in your mind for a long time. So let's learn a lesson from them and let's learn a lesson from pastors who do it really well. And by the way, I should add that, if I ever visit my parents on a weekend, and I think I've said this before in these videos, my mom will be watching Joel Osteen on TV. She's not a Christian at all, but she loves the way he gets his message across, and it affects her. It means something to her. I'm not saying we should copy the church. Believe me, there are lots of things we don't want to do, just like them. But we also have the luxury of knowing what they do that we really hate, and we can avoid all that. We can learn a lot from Christian churches, from what they do well, about how to get our own message across. And maybe if we, followed some of these pastors, we could actually do ourselves a favor. My name is Hemant Mehta, and I write at friendlyatheist.com. Please leave a comment below, and we will be sure to check it out.